Second. But I had to press this button so everybody could see the screen. Good morning and welcome to the Moopsyverse.
Good morning.
Taz is with me and Chris is with me. Yay! Out there in Chatland are Satalia, Chosen, and BTD.
Okay.
So,
How's everyone doing?
I hope everyone's doing well. Taz and I were just discussing Dune Awakenings, which I might get, but the boys are going to get it tomorrow or whenever it comes out, and invited me over to watch it before I do anything. Gee, Satalia, could you be any faster to get... Pardon?
That the TV series?
The new game.
Oh,
There's a Dune
okay.
game that comes out tomorrow.
Oh, it's coming out tomorrow. I wasn't aware.
I think it's tomorrow. I thought they said it was June 10th. I could be off on that one. But I love Frank Herbert in his earlier writings. After Dune Messiah, Children of Dune, etc., was like snooze fest. And Satalia's already got us going with her Destroy Undine. She's got a lot of Destroy Undines. So I guess we're going to go to the Undine Battle Zone for that one. And she needs to do the event. So Chris was on last night when I was on at the end of the day. And I wanted to get all of the events for today queued up. Because if you do the TFO, you can just not turn it in. Which is perfectly fine. But the thing is, if you team up with 5 accounts, it becomes that much harder. So I got all of my teams together. And then put Zahn, the big ship that you helped me build, Taz. I say you helped me build, the big ship that Taz built. And basically took them out there, told them to stay here, just look pretty, and went there and killed everything in about 3 minutes. And then turned that one in for that tune. The rest of them were all done. Now I got the second half of my tunes out there, made another team also with Zahn. Went out there and killed everything. And it was like, oh, this is so much better when you've got one really big ship that can just slaughter it all.
Yep.
So I hardly recommend, if you get the chance and you need to queue it up, that's the way to go. Well, you can just sit there and be pretty. As long as they got in some damage. I haven't tried it with them taking no damage yet or doing anything, but I usually set each one to do something. And then the big guy does everything else. Fighter says yesterday was chaotic for me. What happened? And Chosen says I've been up for a couple of hours. Yesterday wasn't chaotic. Yesterday was interesting, though, in that I got a message from my martial arts instructor that he has to be out of town and no other teachers are going to be available today, and Wednesday's possibly not going to happen. So I might have a very quiet week this week.
That sounds splendid.
Yeah, it kind of does. It's nice because the weather's been pleasant, and driving when the weather's pleasant is great.
Mm-hmm.
It's when it gets into the 90-degree days that it's an issue. But, this is nice.
Right, off to the episode.
Let's see, what have I got? Oh, do you need to do the episode?
Yeah, I'm just doing the episode.
The TFO? Or, sorry, the
Nope.
All That Matter?
Yep.
Satalia needs to do it, too.
Well, I can team up with me, you can share it.
I can do it, too. If anybody else wants to, I'm happy to. Satalia, shall I send you a invitation? And Chris, shall I... Word not work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
that one. Taz, you want to join us for some...
Sure.
Oh, they should make this relatively quick. Anybody else? I finally have 8 of 10 on my Federation Tour of Duty. Congratulations.
What exactly is the type of a game is Dune Awakening?
Say again?
Survival.
What sort of a game?
It's a survival game.
Survival game?
Does everybody have it?
Oh, it had early access begin on June 5, and...
Right, I know people who've got it.
Okay.
Hang on a second.
Oh, they're not released on console yet. It's Unreal Engine 5.
Why is this not
I always thought that they were making an MMO kind of like economy kind of game, but it might have been a different game.
There we go. Just make sure everybody's got that now.
I'm already there, so you just need to transwarp here.
Just making sure we're all there. I'm going in. Chosen says I've been up for a couple of hours. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Okay, so this game is actually taking place in an alternative timeline
Yes.
in which Polo Atreides was never born.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm up for that because it doesn't have to like require you to know the films or anything
So
like
it kind of takes it back. So Jessica would still be there.
that.
But I
Yeah, it's just
suppose
the universe without Paul, so we're not interacting with him.
Mhm.
So we have
Still
our
got
own
Duke
destiny.
Leto.
Is that a multiplayer game?
I think so.
Yeah, it says
Chris,
so.
you want to come in and join us?
I've set up a sensor link. Will you able
Yep.
to share any
Oh, I
data
see
with
someone's
us?
got the Mars class. How's the Mars class doing, Natalia? Because you wanted it very bad. You
Yes, you
finally
did.
got it. I heard only the like mediocre things about it, so I don't know.
Moop to the head, Satalia. She loves it.
What's
What
the
the hell have you
trait
done to
that
the
comes
hull?
with it?
Say again, Taz.
Scans
What's the
indicate
trait that
slight
comes with it?
elevations in cosmic neutrinos
I don't know. What
and
trait comes with it,
small-scale
Satalia?
quantum fluctuations.
Yeah, I don't know. Why are you quiet, Chance, today? I have you with currently under 65% and you're quiet.
I don't know. There's something weird has happened with my audio
I'm detecting
settings.
a biogenetic energy
Isn't that how this
signature
whole thing
located
started
within
with
a
the new
nearby
computers? Your
gravitic
audio was getting
distortion.
weird?
Yeah,
Improved
Is that the
lock
curse
trajectory.
returning?
No, he can't
No.
get another computer. He'll be gone for too long.
Yeah.
So Frost was on what was it, Friday night, I believe, or Saturday when we were just goofing around. Apparently, he had a horrible experience with doing Devil's Heart with an all-pug group. It took like 35 minutes.
And people run like headless chickens like me and didn't know what they're doing yet.
There's an
Well, it'll take
objective.
you
Just do
3 hours to do.
what you need to complete the objective and nothing else. There's no secret rooms. There's no extra stuff.
I think it's a little bit too complicated and the briefing isn't too clear.
Well, once you get the hang of it, it's pretty simple. Providing you've got a decent enough team.
Provided.
I was lucky I had Zinkethi's ships on one of my tunes yesterday for an endeavor. It's like, oh, well, that worked out well.
I love how me playing STO comes in eras. So, just last week I was feeling like Discovery era, so I was playing the Discovery at the time. And now I feel like TNG stuff and TNG era stuff, and I've been watching now in Voyager. And previously I was in the Galaxy class. Been watching more of those insurrection commentaries by Marina and Frakes. Marina Sirtis and Frakes, my god. They are all, the consensus is there. The movie's terrible, but they're having so much fun commenting on it.
Well,
He
yeah.
directed it, didn't he?
Did he? Insurrection? I don't think he directed Insurrection.
Directed the Insurrection.
I thought it was somebody else. I know he did First Contact.
Yeah. Director, Jonathan Frakes. There you go.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
Well, I guess
Well,
we
he
can't
was
have
saying
all
the
winners.
script, so he just directed what he got, right? Good director tend to do only so much if you have a terrible script
Yeah.
and producers push on making it. Like,
Insurrection is the one with the Sona, right?
yep.
Okay. Well, that makes sense then.
Face
Okay.
switchers.
That kind of makes sense because he's went to college with what's his name? Ron Perlman.
Now that explains why Perlman is in Nemesis, though. Frakes didn't direct Nemesis, did he?
He's in Nemesis?
No. Perlman is in Nemesis, yeah.
Oh, okay, then I stand corrected. And, yeah, no, they're friends.
This protomat.
Yeah, Ron Perlman plays Shinzon's Viceroy.
Right.
A big,
Right.
bad-looking Riemann.
Yep.
And I wouldn't tell if I didn't read the credits. The prosthetics and the makeup making him so he looked like all the other Riemanns. There was no difference between them. But like, I love Perlman. Whatever
so
he
do I.
plays, he definitely has fun. I remember he almost ruined Alien Resurrections.
He was in Alien
Let's
Resurrection?
see. Yeah, he's in Alien Resurrection where Ripley is cloned. And not the best of the Alien franchise, but he almost ruined. There's a scene because Ripley is assumed to be like kind of she's cloned, and it's like 300 years later after the first films. In the future, but like her DNA kind of merged with the alien DNA. That's kind of stupid, but she's got those abilities that she has more physical prowess. You know, she's a bit more stronger, has better instincts, etc. And there's a scene when she's playing a basketball scene, and they were doing millions of takes of her standing backwards to the basketball basket in like a gym on the ship.
Yeah.
And she's supposed to like make a toss backwards behind herself, and they wanted to do it in digital in post, but she was so hell-bent on actually doing it, and she nailed it on one single take, and
my
Ron
God.
Perlman almost ruined that scene because he started, oh yeah, fuck, she did it, and that was supposed to be a solid scene with no one says anything, and they had to make a rough, immediate cut of the audio in order to save it, and they had to cut away from him because he almost ruined it. That was so hilarious. But he was rooting for her. That's why he was so happy about that. That's so hilarious. He talks about it every time they bring that movie up. He talks about it. He almost ruined it, but it was so hilarious to see. And there's a behind the scenes take of that. It's so funny. But
So we
it's
do a Borg TFO?
if you need one.
Yeah,
What was that?
I need a Borg TFO.
A Borg TFO. Okay. Let's do a Borg TFO. Let me catch up on some comments here. Chosen, I'm playing Crew Motorfest right now. My favorite car in the Crew Motorfest has to be the 2024 Azus, AEZUS, which is a custom-made car model in the Crew Motorfest. See, I think people don't like the games as much as they love building stuff. Switching around ships, making cars, customizing stuff.
Disruptor damage in space. I have to change ships. I have nothing in Disruptor for this one.
No, we're not going to do that. We'll do you later. I have Terran ships, captains on the ground, and defeat her contendants. Captains on the ground. Oh no, the horror.
Oh no, what other shall you do?
Yeah. Let's see. Satalia says, I hate getting Gorn on Nimbus. Yep, there's always someone else killing all the Gorn. True enough.
I always choose like one of the. There are a few places where you actually can kill Gorn, and there is a chance that one of those places will be less populated.
Well,
You can go to the stronghold and just leave, and like between the wreckage and the outside, there's this I don't know, like a ramp
yeah.
sort of thing, where you can go down and there's a lot of Gorn, and they keep respawning. So that's one place.
So what I do is not do it first thing, because right now everybody's doing their endeavors. In America, they're doing it before they go to work. So I usually don't go for like 3 hours. Like 10 a.m., 11 a.m., things are quieter. then going into the bar and using the decrepit transporter to transport to Canyon, which brings you back at the reverse entrance. And a lot of people, good morning, Cliff. Oh, you're back to being Cliff the self-aware AI. Good morning, Cliff.
What the hell happened?
Well, he was Cliff the rebel droid for a while.
I know, but why the rebranding
I don't know.
again?
I don't know.
See what you're saying?
Satalia says regarding F. Murray Abraham in, what was it? Was that Nemesis or Insurrection? That was Insurrection. Right? That's the Sona one. I knew F. Murray Abraham would be the villain. He killed Mozart. Exactly. So, let's see. We need to do a Borg TFO. Do we care? No, I'm not even going to ask.
Wow, he was born 1939. Ouch.
I'm going to do an easy one for the Borg.
No, let's see. And that's easy.
Yep.
I don't need a tough one, so I'm fine.
Yeah, well, since we have to go kill some Undine, and we have other stuff to do, might as well make life easy and just kind of do easy ones as much as we can.
You could restore Shield's ground. I'm not doing that.
But that's the easy one. That's one click. Weeboo?
We
Yeah, I had restore shields yesterday, and somebody was down there doing heal health, so they had the swarm of the little bugs on New Romulus. I just went in there, stood in his bug swarm for a moment, my shields fail, hit the button, I'm out of there. The 2024 Asus exists as one of the multiple car models created by Ivory Tower for the Crew Motorfest, and they have their own car brand in the game as well. Interesting.
In what game?
Crew Motorfest. Chosen's talking about another game he's playing at the moment. Like, there's other games. Somebody sent me a picture of another game, and I'm like, nope, you're wrong. There's no other games.
I know about Tomb Raider, but that's because I found it before Star Trek Online. I didn't know they'd make other games.
Yeah, that's what I keep telling people. They are mistaken.
At least it's foreign propaganda.
Yeah, exactly.
I saw a fragment of Andor Season 2.
Yeah.
It's when Mon Mothma actually speaks in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Which basically just becomes a rebel leader because she speaks against Palpatine very openly. And there's a fragment, I think I understand why people have considered Andor so highly elevated compared to the first season, because like, if they have a scene that has powerful speech like that one, which not only resonates within the franchise, the period in the franchise, but also resonates with our modern world situation. Not speaking about anything in particular, just general. There's a fragment where she says, "The death of objective truth is where evil wins," or something like it. There is the objective truth about atrocities, things committed. There is a genocidal thing that happens in Andor Season 2.
Hang on a sec. Cliff says, I'm only up to episode 4, so please no spoilers. So,
well, that kind of kills what I wanted to say, but
no spoilers. I'm up to episode I haven't gotten there yet.
I understand why it resonates with people, because it becomes very valid today.
Well, somebody was describing the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars, which was, until recently, Star Trek could talk more about the morality of good versus evil versus Star Wars, which just addresses good versus evil. So, in some ways, more simplistic. And now with
Yes.
some of the things that are coming out with Andor and a few of the more recent Star Trek things, or sorry, Star Wars things, they've been expanding
the
the
shows,
quality
really.
of their script writing.
Yeah, but that's just for the shows. The movies are still
Oh,
just
we don't. The
work on
movies don't count. They don't count. No, 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 no.
Not anymore. But yeah.
So Tali says, I started watching Game of Thrones. My friend,
Yes.
my son's roomie, years ago suggested I watch Game of Thrones. I got into it about 15 minutes and was noping right out of it.
Yeah, I'm never
Absolutely
touching that.
not enjoyable for me.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do brutal, bloody stuff, and it was just right in that first moment. I'm like, no, we are so not doing this.
I'm not even bothered by brutal, bloody stuff by itself if it's justified. But I think
Even if it's
Game of
justified,
Thrones
I
kind of
can't.
went into the doing it for the shocking factor itself, rather than actually having been justified by the story. At least the way they did it on the show.
I know somebody who
No, it,
wouldn't watch Picard because of the scene with Icheb in that first season.
I can understand that. Icheb was a very important character to me in Voyager,
Yeah,
and despite not being clearly said, and turns out that the actor actually is a member of the queer community.
Yeah.
He kind of was queer coded in the way he. I don't know. There was some vibe about him. It wasn't like written in the
thought that was-
script. It wasn't the way he played. Kind of gave me an idea about the character he could be, and I very much, for a long while, identified with him, with his character. So I really despise season 1, and I refused to ever rewatch it because of that.
Yep.
I
No,
saw it once.
Yeah, it was.
It was a very cheap move to make Seven involved in the first place.
It was a terrible way to do it. I mean, it could have been
Yeah.
done in a similar method, but without the brutality.
Being about this brutal and being so definite, like killing. He could have been just kidnapped, and it would have been just a great idea to.
They could have killed him, but that was a horrible way to do it. Which I don't even want
mean-
to go into. That kind of thing just grosses me out to the point that I can't even think about it without becoming ill. So let's do something that doesn't involve me thinking about Icheb, please. I'll just think about Icheb back on Voyager. I can
Yeah.
do that. What shall
I
we do?
actually heard that the reason why they killed him off is because they wanted to make sure that the actor never gets a chance to return. Because apparently he said something that they didn't like.
Oh yeah, he
and
said a lot of things I don't like.
Apparently, whoever ran Picard season 1 was very salty about it, and they wanted to make sure that his character doesn't have a chance to return.
Well, he was subtle as a bag of hammers in. Well, I don't know if it's in Voyager, but post Voyager, definitely subtle as a bag of hammers about his opinions. So I was really surprised they even brought him back for that. So Talia needs to do Undine, and she needs to do some in the battle zone. So let's go off to the battle zone for the Undine. As long as we stick together, we should be able to get those done for her relatively quickly.
Transport ping now.
Let's see. So Chosen's talking about his car again. It's known as the 2023 Ivory Tower AGPR 07. So Talia, if you do your shortcuts, it is the second from the bottom, and it's labeled Sphere Space Allied Zone, or near the bottom, because everybody's got slightly different ones. So Sphere Space Allied Zone. When you get there, just click on the prompt that says Space Battle Zone Contact. And that will take you straight to Undine Landia.
60 seconds before the Voth sequence stops, or we can go to a different instance, like Battle Zone 3, which is only 6 players.
The planet killers are now active. We
You
have
said
10 minutes
Battle
to
Zone
destroy as many as possible.
3? Yeah,
Battle
let's
Zone
do...
3 has 6
yeah, and-
players and isn't finished. This one seems to
Yeah,
be
this one's in
finished
its
up.
wrap, so let's go to Battle Zone 3.
Also, so the only instance you could actually swap into. For some reason, the others seem fully densely populated.
Well, remember,
There you
everybody's got
go.
Undine, and it fills them up from the beginning.
Whole circle is red. We can take whatever we want.
Well, let's take the middle to the one that keeps spawning. So Taz and Cliff. There's Taz. Cliff, we need to go to the Sphere Allied Space Deep Undine Zone Landia. If you want to join us there, is that the one we went for? That's the one right over there. And as long as we're in the same zone, we'll all get counts for credit for it. But if we spread out, then the kills don't count.
So Microsoft has finally decided to reveal their first handheld device.
Really?
And PlayStation has done that like back in the day, with PlayStation Portable in like 2004, I think, or 3. But Xbox is just doing its first, and it's partnered with Asus,
Okay.
doing a ROG device, which looks decent. Just wondering why it was a ROG. I think Lenovo Pros is a better partner, considering their Lenovo Legion Go is better, but...
So Talia, come to the center zone so we can get all the shared kills for you. And don't trigger the devices. There's Talia. Okay. Yeah, if we're all in the same zone, she gets all the kill counts. So, Chris, what did you say you needed?
I'll repair space.
Oh, that's it? Nothing
And
else?
Shields on ground left. I had a disruptor damage in space, but I've done that during the infected, so
Okay, I've got...
that's done.
Who is that? There's a guy here. Dude, don't activate the things.
Who activated it?
It's a guy who's just in the zone. Not one of us. So Talia, let us know how you're doing on your counts.
The guy in Dokina. Yeah, I think so. Strangely enough. Oh yeah, okay, he's turning around to ruin the area.
Sent him a message about that. Phrased nicely.
I didn't think you would be able to do it any other way.
Aw, that's so nice of you.
Did he reply?
Yep, he said, I just want the marks, so he needs to... So,
So he'll complete them.
Different purposes.
Conflicting ones.
Again, just a polite okie dokie. We all have our different reasons for being here.
How's Italian doing on the...
I don't know, she hasn't
ships?
told us. Oh, she's done. Good. Yay! The thing is, it doesn't really grant you that many marks, does it? Oh, 65. I guess so. Yeah.
Terrible.
That's not bad. I mean, it's better than a patrol would do and a lot faster in some cases.
How many more Undine is needed?
She's done.
None.
She's done. So we can get out of there. And go on to our next whatever we got here. Cliff, what do you need? Since Cliff didn't join us that I could see.
These are 6 marks is not bad at all.
So that is the second nice interaction I've had with somebody lately in the game. I was down on New Romulus doing heal health, not heal shields. So I'm standing in the bug swarm and going through a bunch of hypos, and somebody came by and goes, "Hey, did you know that if you do this, this, and this, you can get the heal health faster?" And so we got into a conversation. I said, "Actually, I'm sitting on like 60 hypos." He's like, "Well, you know, when you've got extra hypos, you can sell them back, and this is the best place to go to sell back commodities." And so just, nice, helpful people in the game trying to make it more fun. No, Cliff's already in the party, Satalia. You don't have to leave. But gee, positive interaction in a Mamorpaga from strangers.
In an online video game, yeah, it's unheard of.
Yes, really. Should go to Reddit and go, "Guys, I don't know what's going on. What do I do?" Cliff, I got nothing. Well, I've got Herc attendance, which I will handle on my own. Actually, that'll kill my captains on the ground, too. And Terran ships, would you guys be up for a little Eupator?
Yeah.
Sure.
Would we be up for doing it in about a minute so I can go put some hot coffee in my coffee cup?
Yeah.
Oh, yay, good. I'll be right back. Cliff needs a minute, so we'll wait for Cliff to have a moment. Girls, you can just sleep. The dogs get up, heard me moving, stretched, looked at me coming back in, and went, "Ugh, we're going back to bed." I have great dogs.
Mm-hmm. Well, my fluffer didn't actually think about getting up for breakfast yet.
No, my dogs were
Napping into
not
bed.
particularly interested in breakfast, which is not like them.
I mean, it used to be not like him, but in the past few months I've learned that he eats when he feels like it.
That's good.
Not necessarily being hungry every time, but that's okay. He has appetite. If I give him like treats, he's up for them. So
Okay, I'm gonna cue
probably
us.
just a hunger difference. What? Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah.
Shall I cue
Yeah,
us up
that's
then?
right.
Oh, yes. Well, I got
Yeah.
my coffee. Does that mean the world is ready? Not necessarily.
Oh, no, no, stretching. Oh, you're so cute.
Wee
You
woo.
have a wee woo. I've got slime, dog slime on my finger.
Oh, dog slime.
I still love it. Still love every little bit of the doggy. You're so cute.
I just realized
Even as
that
you're
mic
older.
is so loud. So part of getting this new wood desk, it's like a 3/4 inch. It's a fairly thick hunk of oak. Was that I can clamp things like the microphone to it and one of the cameras.
Oh yeah.
Versus my glass desk, where if that.
Yeah, you don't want stuff attached to the glass desk.
It's tempered glass, and all it takes is pressure at the wrong point. Take care, Chosen. Go enjoy your YouTube. And have I clamped anything to it? No.
I wouldn't dare, but
Yeah. I was
a
hoping to get.
normal wooden thing.
I was hoping to get away from using the headset with the mics because I've got a beautiful Yeti blue mic,
Oh.
and just have to figure out the room for that. And then just use earbuds so I don't get the feedback.
Yeah, I've got a Yeti blue mic as well. But currently use it for work. Just don't want to sit on the headset at work for like 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Set on the speakers and that mic, and it's because it's to call it it has 2 modes. It's either in 360 or just in like a cone.
That's interesting. On a Yeti?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeti blue.
It should have 4 settings on a Yeti blue.
Yeti blue nano.
Oh, okay. Nano might be different then.
Yeah. So it can actually go in like a narrow cone, so it doesn't like feedback the speaker sound to the mic, so people don't hear themselves. Which is very helpful, honestly. And it helps with my tinnitus, so I don't have to. The reverb and everything just hit my ears double.
Well, my purposes are a little more disgusting, which
What?
is as we're getting into summer, I don't use air conditioning. So what happens is I sweat so much up here because it's upstairs. Obviously, there's a lot of heat being generated. That I sweat to the point that it's coming down, pooling in the ear pads, rotting out the ear pads, and I'm having to buy a couple new sets every year. Like I said, disgusting, but true. And they no longer make the direct replacement for these ear pads.
How
One of
about
the reasons
moving
I
the
no longer
computer
use
room to the
headphones that have leather ear pads.
I'm sorry. So Taz, I didn't hear you.
How about moving the computer room to the basement?
I have to build a basement first would be problem number 1. I know, it's a minor detail, right? There are not a lot of houses. There's not a lot of houses here with basements because less than a mile away is the reservoir. So the water table is high. Very high.
Yeah, that'll do it. You would have a swimming pool unintentionally.
Yeah.
And a basement swimming pool is probably the healthiest idea.
Yeah, no.
Need to get those rifts under control.
I love that they didn't bother and make the Jupiter station completely non-collisional object. It's there, but you fly right through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's a hologram. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it's phased out of reality.
Oh, come on. I'm flying through the rift and only closed it partially. Are you closing? No. There we go.
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our system.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you, Chris. So Tally says, if you're figuring out the room for your mic, may I suggest the office? Yes, that would be convenient, but I kind of meant room on the desk for the mic. It's a very big desk.
Oh, if all else fails, you can get yourself a mobile AC unit just for that room. And...
I hate air conditioning.
But it's not working like air conditioning. I mean, it kind of does, but it makes it less stuffy if it's just for one room.
Honestly, I usually just put a fan outside in the loft and have it aimed in through the doorway so you don't hear the wub 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 of the fan through the microphone. And it remains relatively cool. But the exception is the headset, because it's just pressed against my head, gets really warm.
You wouldn't have that issue if you had a mobile AC unit.
No, my head would still get warm. Your head gets warm.
I mean, it always gets warm, but not that warm.
You need to clear out the ships at Jupiter Station.
One thing, speaking for, because you've been torn about whether you want to try for Connie.
Yes. Or something
that
else.
speaks for the Connie is that it also comes with 2 special phaser beams. They're unique to the ship, and you cannot equip more than 2 of them on a ship. But that's because they have a very high damage deal.
Well, you know me. I'm not going to open up that thing till I know what I want, which means it might be a month from now, or a year from now, or forever from now. I just found myself a couple of the Maquis Raiders that generate the plasma storm. Found 2 of them sitting in boxes.
Need to get those rifts under control.
Now I'm just farming to get enough EC to get myself another tier 6 X-Tech. I think I need just one more. The event really helped. I don't have any plans for new ships.
Need to clear out the ships at Jupiter Station.
Mostly
Famous
because I
last
don't have
words.
room for it. I mean, it's mostly because I don't have any room for them, but there are no more hero ships I need. I have all the hero ships that I cared for. So, like,
Commercial coming on.
there isn't anything enticing. No, there's like, I don't care.
Locked down the projector. Now they're ours for good.
Yay! Yours for good.
Ugh, I thought our Janeway was annoying. Speaking of annoying, did you like the little back door I put in your station?
Enterprise is back near projector base.
Back in a bit. Don't know anything, okay?
You have to figure out who would get the Connie 3 or the Shrike. I really want the Shrike, but as a ship, it's not that great of a ship.
The Enterprise is going for projector.
It's fun to fly, but it's, you would want a console though.
The shield vessels are negating
Console's
your attacks
worth
on the
having.
Enterprise. Take them out first.
I mentioned that it's cold here now.
How cold is cold?
Well, yesterday morning was like, I don't know, 18, 20 degrees Celsius, and it was very stuffy. It was very warm. Even if it was cloudy, you could feel like the heat on you. Because the sun was punching through somehow, or the warmth
The
anyway.
Enterprise is near projector camp.
Then afternoon, they came a big dark cloud. I don't think it rained here actually, but it came with an immense amount of wind, and now the temperature's around 10, 11 degrees. And it's been like that since yesterday.
Wow.
And I'm like, okay, that's mid-June almost. Like that's weird. This is probably the coolest
Don't even try.
second week of June I've ever remembered in the recent years. So that's weird. That's
Weird,
not
but not
normal.
unheard of. When I was growing up, I was like 7 or 8.
You know what?
And it was so cold on July 4th, my mom had to get out winter coats for us to go watch the fireworks.
Give up already.
Oh, July.
July 4th, cold enough for winter coats. And within like 2-3 days, it was back into the 70s, 80s. Very cold year.
This feels like turn of March and April, really. It's really weird because in mid-June, temperatures usually stabilize around, oh, let's heat you up, right? That's the stage that it usually gets at, but I don't know why today is like not having it. It's not going to be cool at all.
Cetalia, quote, sees a billion ships together, flies towards them, reaches them. Only one left. Yep, that's the Taz and Chris effect. Oops.
No, it's actually because when she spawned the last spot, that's the point. She said, as soon as she spawned, she said, you know what, I'm done here, and suddenly half the ships just started to disappear.
Yep. Yep.
It has nothing to do with us shooting them all up.
No, it's much more fun to take the credit for it, Chris. We're supposed to go, yeah, it's all us. It's all
I'm not in a
us.
DPSC ship, so that's not me.
Well, that got me my stuff. Where are we at? I still got about 10 minutes left here. 'Tis gym day today, so I must hit gym as soon as I get all the endeavors done.
Still need a little bit more damage on the hull to fix.
No problem. Somebody pick something. Because my stuff here is ground.
Oh, disconnected.
Mom said she's got about 10 minutes left, not another hour.
No, it's too late. I've been promising Borg disconnected. Weeboo?
Darn it, I thought.
Hey, you got your guillotine the other day. This is Borg disconnected.
Fine.
Stanley says, yesterday had Tholians on ground, Tetrion on ground on Dabo. Well,
Oh.
2 of those you can take care of at once. And doing Tholians on the
Not
ground
if
puts
you want
you...
to go to the adventure zone. I don't know why they call it adventure zone. You're literally slaughtering Tholians, but okay.
It's an adventure for them. I won't swear, but holy moly, what the heck did we just walk into?
I speak for the cooperative.
It's not my fault. Who's
This was
going
supposed
where?
to be Disneyland.
Who is going where?
I don't care.
Well, it's just easier if we all decide.
Fine, I'll go left.
I'll go right.
I'll go straight.
I'll go gay. I'm sorry, what? Well, that's valid for me. I had a discussion with a buddy. Got a girlfriend who had a family retreat, a holiday, and she got kind of bummed out about the conversation like her close relatives started having about about like what's the consent? They were trying to determine the consensus whether gay people choose or are born gay, and like, well, that's an easy thing. When did you choose to be straight? It's like, that's a usual question when they like start to like actually having the cogs in the brain work. Like, yeah, I had as much choice as you had about your sexuality. Like, I didn't choose to be in the bullied group, you know. I didn't like to be bullied, so I just thought, oh, let's be queer, so they'll bully at me at school. You know, that kind of thing. Okay. Logic, hello? Anything? How does one even come up to a question? Oh no, I'm sorry. Assimilation is not allowed here. I'm going to annihilate you now. So I found 2 traits from a galaxy, which is mostly beam overload boat. Apparently I had them for a while, those traits, I mean. That they actually increase the speed of all the energy weapon fire modes. Well, beam fire overload really just melts through the enemies so quickly now because they just turn 2 things at once and it's like a poof. No ship.
We need to rename that the melting mode. What?
Yeah,
Yay.
I should probably call
Oh,
it
we
a
got our
melting mode, but
15.
I called it my Copperfield mode. I do David Copperfield trick on me. Saw a YouTube video that was showing me the one of the largest, longest caves in the world. I think it's in Vietnam or somewhere.
Oh.
It 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 was created by this water dissolving the lime
That makes sense.
inside underground, and it created such a pocket of air that you could put a skyscraper in it. It's so
Sweet, I want to see that. I love
big.
caves.
I'll link it to you in a moment. It blew my mind that it has a rainforest in it.
Oh, I want to see that.
I know, it's the most remarkable thing. It's got species of animals that don't exist anywhere else.
Trying to save
how
this
mind-blowing is
stupid
that?
Borg ship here. It's
No, I
it's
have
just
the
totally
motion.
cool.
I disappeared another one. But that blew my mind. It looked like something out of a fantasy film or something like that. 'Cause you could totally see that in the fantasy film, but and it was fully explored in like the early 2000s. It's not like we've known about it for many decades. It's like it's relatively fresh. Like, and there is one company / institution that does tourist tours, but you have to be really prepped because it's like 9-hour hike to get to the opening of the cave, and then you camp inside of it to get through it entirely because it's over 9 kilometers long. I think so. It's
not like a
mind-blowing.
day trip and a hike.
No, it's like a trip with multiple hikes in it and camping inside a cave and then some. But it's just like it blew me away. It's so beautiful, so pristine, and the tourism. There are no individual entries or anything like it. You can't just go alone around.
Yeah.
Just for preservation's sake and for safety reasons. But I would totally do it. Oh my god. Even though I probably would have died halfway there, but because of the physical.
I should check into that. I have a friend who celebrates their big birthdays like 40s, 50s, 60s with big trips. So last big trip pre-COVID was we went to New Zealand, and she and her sister and her sister's friends and I all went hiking for and a guided tour in a preserved area, so only guided tours were allowed. 5 days of hiking. You had to carry your own tents, etc.
Absolutely smashing.
So that will be fun. I might have to check into that and see if they're up for having some adventures. I think it was her 50th when we did the last one. I've got a big birthday coming up in a few years, so maybe.
I mean, that sounds like something I would totally want to do myself. When I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I want to see this.
So you know
I
I'm
would
going to
totally
Google
be
that
up
as
for
soon
that.
as we're done here. Finish with the board, go plot out doing that. And the coolest thing is, I can't take my laptop on those things, so it's weak away from everything.
Away from civilization.
Trek will have to exist without me for a week.
How would you cope?
Yeah.
How would
Well, the neat thing about hiking in New Zealand was when we would get to where we would camp for the evening, there was a formal lounge where we would have our meals and get together and talk about the next day's hike and what's going on, blah, 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 blah. And if you had to charge up something, you could. You could charge your headphones or your MP3 player, but no reason to take a phone unless you're going to just listen to played back stuff. Because there's no cellular service, no internet. Excuse me. Wow, losing my voice. So you were just actually forced to talk to human beings and enjoy each other's company.
Something on an intercept course.
Or not, just, get
human
quiet.
beings I like because Spending so much time with people you don't really know.
Yep, it was kind of pleasant. I got to meet my friend's family because they were with. That was really nice. Come on, just let me get this one. Really? Okay. The voices are gone.
I think it's raining outside. I can smell it right here.
The dogs got up at about 1 o'clock. Satelli says the voices are still in my head. Dogs got up at 1. They need to go out. I opened the door and they both stepped out on the porch and went, "It's thinking about raining. We're not going to go." I'm like, no, it's not raining. I'm standing out there and I could hear it. I could hear it starting to hit the leaves on the other side of the lake. So yeah, the storm is definitely coming, but we're good this minute. No. Really, girls, you need to go out now. We're fine, thank you very much. So they're doing the dance of wild anticipation when they got up this morning. And now it is seriously raining, and they're like, "Oh, but we have to. We'll just go on the carpets." Nope. Nope. You're going outside.
Carpet thing.
And Satalia, if the voices are still in your head, it might not be the Borg. I'm just saying.
You might need to see someone about that.
Yeah, we do have meds. We have our... Oh.
Yeah, it's no longer the lobotomy. I don't think I've ever thought about torture being a medical solution. But then again, psychiatric knowledge 50 years ago was a lot different than it is today.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine 50 years of study and suddenly we understand ourselves a little bit better? I'm not saying a lot better, but just a little bit better.
Well, that's kind of the goal. We get better and
Compared to
better.
1,000 years of civilization, and we only now start to scratch the surface of our brain.
Wow. Satalia says, but the last time a doctor gave me a pill, I grew a new kidney.
Then that's good. You can sell it. Sorry,
Oh,
what?
that's a good point.
I see no issues with that. I just sell it and buy stuff. Like, what's the problem? Maybe you've just invented a new method of harvesting organs without being ethically dubious about it.
Yeah, really.
You remember the med's name? I'm curious now. I might get myself a second kidney.
It's a line from Star Trek
Actually,
4.
a third one.
Don't you remember the scene in Star Trek 4? There's a woman in a wheelchair looking terrible, and McCoy's walking by and goes, "What's wrong with you?" "Dialysis." He goes, "What is this, medieval times or something like that?" Hands her a pill, and a couple scenes later, "Doctor gave me a pill and I'm growing a new kidney."
Now I remember. Yeah, I saw that film only once.
Oh. Well, that is a go-to, was a go-to for the fam back in the day. We got our 15. 30 seconds left. Since my ship is slow, I'm heading over there.
Already?
Yeah, we only have 17 seconds to go. And this ship is not particularly fast, so... Oh. See?
The collective will not fall here. I will not allow it.
You will be eliminated.
Wahahaha. We are evil.
The weak shall perish.
Right,
Three
where are they?
dreadnoughts. But they're attacking one another. This is your chance.
Ah! Basically, I'm right there. I actually went to the right spot. Go figure.
See the queen, but I think I'm still hitting her.
She's somewhere in that cloud of debris and pee-pee smoke.
That's a Taz smoke.
Yeah. It's Talia smoke. And Cliff smoke. I mean, it's all of us. We're all putting in some smoke.
We smoked her.
Yeah. Well, that was easy peasy. Let's see, what do I need, if anything? I need Romulan marks. Nope, that's not one of the options. Satelli says, smoke 'em if you got 'em. Well, we smoked 'em, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Alrighty, I'm gonna go start my day. Let's see what happens. I might be on this evening just because I know I don't have class tonight. Potentially don't have class Wednesday night. Could be an interesting week. Don't have any painting to do. It's amazing. And I can't do the gardening while it's raining. I may get stuck playing Star Trek online all day. Oh no, the horror. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Be safe, take care of yourselves, and most of all... Oh, hold on a second. Let's see. Nope, he hasn't done it yet, Satali. He said he would, but he hasn't yet. Anyway, stay moopsome.
Moopsy.
Moopsy. Shun the non-believer. Shun.
And I'll
just...
make it a threesome.
Do
Did
you
you even
even
give yourself?
Computer.
Computer, deactivate iguana.
Yes, Musin did send that to me. I will add that to it. Actually, I have to have... Whatever. I'll put it on the stream deck. I'll go do that right now, as a matter of fact. Everyone, have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you later.